Hi guys, just jumping on to let you know that my phone is in airplane mode. Why? Me and Miles are talking about ghost hunting equipment. And I'm sure other stories, because him and Si have been down the forest since our last recording, so I'm sure there's going to be a few tales coming out from the forest. Hello, Miles. And we're going to talk about ghost hunting equipment. Obviously, we go around Rendlesham Forest monthly, if the weather permits, and all life is good. And we're going to talk about what we take around there, what we use, what it's for. So
Yeah.
I know Miles has got a very good thermal camera.
Yeah, very good thermal camera, and it. I've showed Elaine that it picked up this creature where it was big, tall thingy, and that was very. I it's a naked eye, but the thermal camera saw it. And is anyone I was watching the thermal camera and going, I can't see that with naked eye. I did investigate the tree where it disappeared, but it was like there was not disturbed. Like this tree or the things around it nothing was broken. And I went, this is not a person, because if it was a person, you would see evidence of something smashing or breaking. So I got that one, which I was so excited I got it, because you always hear when people you catch it on thermal, but the thermal never records. I went, did it record? And I went, it recorded. I got that, and then on we not every Saturday, but most Saturdays we go down, and led stargaze. I don't stargaze, but if if they turn up, I've got a backup plan. So I went down there with the thermal, went in a car up and down, and I've got this figure, this tall figure. I got to send it to you. It's somewhere in my phone. And I looked at it. If it's pitch black, you're not going to see it with naked eye. And we flew down, and this thing, it's almost like as soon as it saw that I could see it on the thermal, it kind of went slammed straight into the tree.
That's interesting, isn't it? Do you reckon it was a portal or something?
Because what I've heard from doing my remote viewing sessions and talking to other people, that Bigfoots are interdimensional, so, and also they do use portals, so I kind of reckon that either change its frequency, so for us it kind of it could have moved into 4D, so we didn't see it. But interesting enough, it literally just slammed into the tree, and then as soon as it hit the tree, disappeared, gone.
That's interesting, because humans are notorious. Even if you're trying to sneak, we make noise, and especially in a forest with stuff everywhere, you're going to make crunching noises. That is pretty good catch you got there.
Yeah, that's great. And the also catches I get, so where the farmer house is in Cable Creek. I get things there. My thermal, I get past the farming house, and occasionally my thermal will just shut off. It will just refuse to record down that section. I'm like, this is interesting. Or it will, or sometimes I go down there and record, and I get like balls of like just literally like a ball moving, and I'm like, oh, that's cool. But I have noticed it when I've only been down there twice, but the multiple occasions I've been down there, my thermal's flat out refused to record or shut off. I think what scared me was the most is we went towards where the bunkers are, and Mum felt very off. My thermal, since I got past East Gate, refused to record. It got stuck in calculating, but yet the thing is that my thermal camera was tracking something, but I couldn't record it.
Do you reckon when, for example, your equipment switched off, do you reckon it's because whatever you were tracking leaves some sort of energy? Do you know my brain gone blank? um, Radiation energy that shuts things down.
Yeah,
Do you reckon this is possible?
I think it was, because what was interesting, it was, so when it shuts off, and then
Yeah.
and I've had it where it shut off, and then the app refuses to load the thermal camera software,
Okay.
and I'm like, okay, that's when I kind of go, okay, something's here, something's happening. I should really start, put down the camera, because I know if it's going to do that, it's not going to work.
Yeah.
And start listening to the forest and see what you feel and what you pick up, and what, if something's going to happen, it's going to not happen. But this occasion, when we were down at Eastgate, the thermal was still calculating it where it was in the field, in the tree, sorry. But the tracker, which tells you how hot something is, was moving, and you could see an outline of something moving. But I couldn't click record because you have to wait for it to calculate, and then you have to click record.
No.
So it was stuck calculating, so I couldn't click record.
But why is that happening when you need it?
I got so annoyed. But that was stuck in calculating up to probably coming up to one of the first bunkers.
Oh, wow.
And then we came back towards Eastgate, fused to work, and then as soon as I got to Eastgate, all of a sudden it slams on and goes, "You can record now."
What was that? Would it be signal? Does it need signal, or is it just...
No, it doesn't need signal.
So what is that all about there?
Yeah, because I spoke to someone who said that shouldn't happen because it doesn't need signal to actually record, because it's just using the camera.
Oh.
But he said if it's calculating what it's picking up, and then calculating the footage and that. But someone said to me it shouldn't only calculate for for a short time, but not for we were out there for half an hour, and my thermal camera refused to let me record it, refused to kind of stop calculating towards the bunkers. But you can't get
some sort of interference that was kicking off that you could not use your thermal. It has to be.
Yeah, and I've noticed it in some parts of the forest. You go down and your equipment will just be like, "I'm not going to record. I'm not going to record," or it just shuts off. And I've had problems where I've been at night. Well, we didn't. No, we're in the car park because I don't always go down to the forest because we have dogs, and dogs. We sit for ages trying to get our dogs back, so we can't stay in the car park. And I've had it in the car park where my thermal has just gone, "I'm not going to record," and I'm like, "Record? No." And it actually, I had a tablet about this big of a tablet.
Yeah.
And it refused to load on my tablet. Refused. I put it on a phone. We had some temperamental issues going on. 10 minutes later, it started recording. Put it back onto the tablet. No. Put it back onto my phone, and it still was being a pain.
Yeah.
And the thing was is that it was calculating, but it was the way I could describe it. It was my thermal, the footage I was seeing was something was shifting, and you could see something was shifting, but then my camera calculated it, and I recorded it, and it massive, like the way I could describe it, like something moved, and you couldn't, like the thermal you could see something move, but it was so fast that it moved that the thermal didn't have time to kind of,
Yeah.
react to it.
Yeah.
And that was interesting.
Yeah, it's spaceships, isn't it? Because they move so quick, people have to slow their
But
recordings down just to get a slight glimpse of it.
yeah, I mean, we went with Simon. Didn't I went with Simon? He said, "I want to go because I've got a feeling something's gonna happen."
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think we should go there because obviously we have the K2. Now this is going to make a beeping noise, everybody. So I do apologise because it is loud. We've got the REM pod, which now isn't turning off. But we've got that. We can use that. We've got a number of things we can use actually. I think that'd be quite good to set them out. And I do have a little. Hold on, it's not going to work now. A little bell.
real.
A little bell, and I've even got a music box.
Oh,
That now is not working. Oh, there we go.
yeah.
And yes, it is Harry Potter themed tune.
Of course.
Oh, and don't forget the trusty cat balls, which I need to get a new battery for because it's refusing to.
Load, but I mean not load. Sorry, work.
But we could try all that. We could put everything out within a vicinity. Obviously, when you do investigations like that, you are going to be sitting and standing for a while. You're not going to think, "Oh, well, it's 5 minutes. Off we go, everybody." You need to be in it to win it. If you see what I mean.
Yeah, and I was always wanting to get. I can't remember the name, but I've seen people do it. Like you have a laser, and people they do this when they go hunting for cryptoids. You have a laser like near a tree where a person can't reach.
Okay.
I'm like, do you know, that would be so interesting because then you can put up to a height where a person can't walk, but also bear in mind that, you know, things can fall off trees.
Yeah.
But have it there and it'd be so interesting as something, you know, tripped it.
Yeah.
So,
What do you mean? You aim it up at a tree, or where are you talking?
yeah, I've seen people literally have it not on a tree, but have like a line that goes in the middle of the tree. So when something goes past, it trips the line.
Oh, you're talking about that goes on the floor?
Yeah,
Oh, the trip switches. I think they're
Yeah.
really good. Yeah.
yeah, those things. I can't remember what they're called.
I call them trip switches, but yeah.
Yeah, I was like, that would be cool because then I've seen people done it, especially that I've seen mostly used, funny enough, on cryptoids. Like they have like an area and they have all these things plotted around, and
Oh, that'd be quite good.
they have it as like a awareness sensor. I always wanted to try that. See
Well, I
what
don't know. If we, like I say, put everything out around us, we're in the middle of our chairs, chuck everything, well, not chuck it, but put it all around us, and then you buy 2 of those strips, I'll buy 2 of the strips, we make it into like a square. That could be quite interesting.
Yeah. Obviously, I'll get my thermal.
Yes.
I need to get a tripod for it. I keep talking getting a tripod, but I don't end up getting a tripod. But get on a tripod, and there is a tripod which basically it rotates after so many times. So slowly it rotates. And I was like, what I might do when the other group goes on the night walk is get a tripod, stick on a tripod, set it to the slow motion where on one of these tripods it goes really slow.
Yeah.
And if that's going around us, you never know. You might pick something up in thermal.
Oh, send me the link if you find one, because that sounds interesting. I've also got to get a memory card for these. These are night vision goggles.
Does it do the red thing?
These are Simon, so I will just say yes, maybe.
Because I think it was you who said the red things work. I've never tried it. I've never had night vision, but I remember you saying the reds you get good results with.
Yes, it's I remember seeing it in chat. 'Cause I thought, oh, have they seen our other chat we did about the forest? Because
Yeah,
they were going to do something similar, and I thought, have you talked about that? Obviously, yes, it is common knowledge, but it's just after you talk about it, you think, oh, did they watch? Did they watch it? But
yeah,
yeah, a lot of people were saying what they were seeing with this, and they had to switch to green, I think it was, or normal. But yeah,
yeah. See, for me, it'd be like, actually, no, I'll keep it red.
yeah, exactly. See that I don't know why if that is proven by sources, as in the army, that they were seeing things and physically reporting what they were seeing. I'm surprised a lot more ghost hunters and investigators haven't used it.
Yeah, cryptid people use it, and
Oh,
UFO people use it, because someone
yeah.
said to me, always point a thermal camera in the sky. I did have, it was recording. I've got it somewhere on my phone. I'll post it on the group. I'm in the process of uploading onto the Facebook page.
Yeah.
Uh, there was I shoved up on the sky and we were moving, and people keep saying put it into the sky because you might see something. I went, well, I haven't seen nothing yet, so I'll keep doing it. And this circle thing came out of a cloud, and you couldn't see the naked eye. There's just clear skies, apart from a little bit of a cloud. I can't see it, but yet my thermal was tracking it as it was moving, but you couldn't see the naked eye.
Oh. And that's with a thermal. So I keep saying I want to get a thermal like yours, and I never do.
You could always borrow my thermal camera.
When it goes.
Loads of people borrow my thermal camera.
Oh, yeah. Oh, do you know, I thought of another experiment we can do. Now, I'm not going to say it because I know people do watch what we put out. And I want this to be a unique investigation that we do on the 19th. We've still got to decide whereabouts we're going, but I want it to be a unique investigation. I'll tell you after we've recorded what I'd like to do, and I'm hoping we'll get some good results from it.
I've heard people playing, the Colonel Holt tape. I've heard investigators in the forest play that, and they've either had the forest or just a weird feeling in the forest, or something's happened.
Yeah.
And I'm like, sitting there going, what happened if we played the Colonel Holt recording? Would something something may not happen? It might just be dead silent. But we have done that in the forest. We played the Colonel Holt's recording and they felt something shifting.
Or is there such a thing as a cryptoid recorded noise?
You got Sasquatch, you've got people recording the Wolfman. People have got that recording. I have played a recording of a Sasquatch in the forest, and that's when this face poked out of the tree, which just like startled me. I was like, oh no, face. But yeah, I have heard people playing Sasquatch sounds. I don't know if they played in the forest because I haven't heard anyone play it in the forest mentioned.
Do you reckon we should put our big girl and boy knickers on and pants and be brave and do the Sasquatch noise?
Yeah.
I think we should.
You see what happens.
Yes, everything. And I like to say, if you get that slow moving tripod, which would be fantastic, and obviously we get one as well, and if we pick something up, I reckon it could be a very good investigation.
Yeah, it would be really, really good. I was thinking when I was buying my thermal, I was thinking of getting like one of like the handheld thermal cameras.
Yeah,
they're insanely expensive for one of them. Yeah, I was like no, and then it just happened. I was scrolling through something, and they had this tripod, and you just literally stick your phone on it, It looks like a GoPro holder, but it's not a GoPro holder. Stick your phone on it, and you can set it, and it will slowly move in a way that the thermal camera, because normally I hold it like that, and the thermal camera is struggling to kind of look because I'm walking and holding it at the same time. Whereas this, it moves slowly, and it doesn't look camera.
Yeah, I've got a selfie stick here. I was just looking to see what it was, but it's not a fancy one, so it wouldn't be one of those.
No, I mean I think it's battery grade, but that would be cool because we just set that and let that go round in a circle continuously.
Yeah,
you might pick something up. I've never tried it before.
I think we've got a plan, Miles.
Yeah, definitely. I really want to try that.
Yeah, we'll organise obviously whereabouts we'll go in the forest. Like I say, we've still got a couple of weeks left as yet. And then we'll organise where we want to go, where we reckon will be a good one. Because I know we're meeting up with some other people October, but with this, yes, that is
a big group.
Yeah, it's going to be a very big group. Trouble is with big groups, I'm not knocking anybody, whoever, but when you have a big group and trying to listen, could get a little bit chaotic.
Yeah, my problem is the problem. I'm me in my head thinking you don't want to. It's nice having a big group because you've got multiple eyes, so multiple people can see things. That's fine. That's quite encouraging. My biggest concern, one of my biggest concerns, is people overreacting to something in the forest. And then
that's what I was saying.
And it's just like, no, just sit there and watch it. Don't run up to it and do these crazy things what people do on YouTube. Because I'm like, sit there and actually document it, not freak. I mean, I know it's hard to say to people, don't freak out, but sit there and watch it.
Yeah.
Because if you got it on footage, like you sat and watched it, that in itself is actually quite good evidence.
Trouble is, then you get the old skeptic saying, "Oh, they're not reacting enough because they're not scared." Well, just because you're scared doesn't mean you need to freak out like you just put your finger in a plug socket. You can be mature about something and take it in and look and keep watching. Fair enough if it's running at you, like or climbing up the walls or on the ceiling with hair dangling in your face, go for it, run for it. But you need to document it and do it right.
Yeah. I always do believe document it is the correct way to do it. But I will put this out here that things running at you in the forest, it's very rare for it to happen.
It'd be cool if it did, though.
It would be a bit cool, but the amount of times I've been in that forest, nothing's rang at me. I've heard things, but no, it rang at me.
Walking towards us in the crispy leaves. Heard that. I swear they were just in front of me.
I've heard.
We also seen that strange dog, didn't we? That really strange dog. I wouldn't want that running at me. So
the black shark.
Yeah, I would not want that running at me.
I've had two red glowing eyes flash at me, not flash, but red glowing eyes in Eastgate car park.
Ooh.
And it was like two red eyes in the tree line, considering we were getting dusk. And it was really bright. And I just got the way I could describe it, this knowing of like, I'm being scanned.
Yeah.
Something is scanning my energetic field. It stayed there for a couple of minutes and it kind of stopped. But during the whole time I was there in the forest with my telescope this is when I was doing my Reiki session.
Yeah.
That I was like, I know something's standing right there and I know it's got fur. I can't see it, but I know it's right there I know it's standing there, and I always have these encounters as talking to people who do Reiki in the healing tree in the forest. I'm like, you're brave. You actually walk in that forest on your own. That's brave.
Yeah.
They always said, yeah, we always see orbs. We see the new thing they saw was a circle craft. And they said we've never seen a circle craft before, but it wasn't surprising to them. But they've seen crafts. They've seen, cryptoids. They haven't seen spirits. It's mostly been crafts, cryptoids, balls of light. I mean, we're talking about balls of light which literally appear really powerful and then they just shut off. They have actually had somewhat of, cars appearing out of nowhere.
Yeah.
In a way of like trying to find what they're doing or disappearing, but they say these are not Forest English cars, these are just blacked out cars, because you can tell they're blacked out cars.
Yeah.
But the way that they said they're being on the healing tree and this car came down, but it came down so slow.
What, the 5 ways?
Yeah.
Okay.
Came so slowly, like the way the person said to me in the Reiki group, because I'm quite connected to the Reiki community, said the way they said it was literally a car going slow, but doing it in the way that they're trying to find something.
Because you could only get to a certain point in 5 ways.
Yeah.
So that's quite, obviously, yes, you can get a car down, not saying you can't, but to go to the healing tree, it then becomes from where you can drive a car to where you can't.
Yeah. But they could see the headlights. I did miss one part out. So where, where the gravel stops and it then goes into that really smooth path.
Yeah.
They said they could see a car, they could see the headlights of a car.
Yeah.
And they said they looked at it because from where they were, they say it was something bright.
Yeah.
And they went, oh, okay. But it was almost like what was ever happening up near that area is they said it was almost like a searching pattern.
That's interesting. Because I was going to say, who was in the car, and what are they looking for?
Now, bearing in mind the healing tree from that where it stops, it's quite a distance.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
This is what I was saying to him. I was like, well, for the light to be that powerful where you were, you might have seen it, but not from where you are, because you're behind facing the forest, unless you're facing this way. And you went, well, yeah, but we saw this. They really say it's like a light, and it was like it was doing something. But I was like, well, what about the car? And this gets so confusing because he then says it was a car, and I'm like, well, do you hear it down there? You can hear a car down there if it's quiet. You can, but he definitely said it. He thought he heard a car.
Right.
Now, when they walked back up to where the gravel is, they're walking back up, carried on walking, and there's a track where there's a Forest England use, not a lot, but they do use it.
Yeah.
And this car was there, and all of a sudden went out, had no lights on, and then the full beam turned on. And I'm like, that's not a Forest England car. And they carried on walking, and interestingly enough, the car was not interested in what they were doing. It was interested in what they're doing in the healing tree, because it turned round and it stopped where, because like he said, you couldn't get a car down there because it's so narrow. It stopped and it just stayed there. And the car was moving in a way of like pushing its lights into the forest towards Healing Tree. So I questioned him about the whole car thing, because to me it didn't make sense. You know, a car, from where you are at Healing Tree, how are you going to hear a car unless it's dead silent? A car can't get down there. Unless it's, you know, one of those military cars, which they have.
Aren't they the Jeep type ones though?
Yeah, I think it was, but he did say he heard a car, and I was questioning on that part, because, you know, from my logical brain was going, you can't really get a car down there. You can try, but you won't get to that point.
Because there's barriers, isn't there? There's barriers right at the beginning, right the way down the bottom there.
Yeah.
There's gates by the Rangers bit, and I think that's the only way you can get in. I think.
Yeah. You know, we have, to this day, we still have military activity.
Yeah.
We went down, my mum went down, and that's when she said, when we went walking up to the base, she had this massive Jeep, and she said it was almost like they had a computer, but as soon as they saw Mum looking into what they were doing, they pulled the blind down. But she said it was a computer, because you could tell it was a computer.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, could be this, could be that.
Yeah.
But yeah, they pulled it down, right? They went back, and they were, I think she said they were going really slow down the road. Almost like in a, when she says, like, almost like you're looking for something, but you're trying not to give people the hint you're looking for something. But she said that happened, and they went back, and but she said, yeah, it was very interesting, because, you know, there was like a box with this computer on it, and when they saw Mum, they just pulled the blind down.
What, like a 1980s type deal, do you reckon?
Yeah, like the way I said, I could just ignore a military vehicle, to be honest with you. But this laptop on
do you reckon they come out when there's more unusual activity in the forest?
Yeah, I mean, the military have been known to, you know, they do use remote viewers.
Yeah.
In Rendlesham Forest, because they do.
Yeah.
We do know, people have said that they monitor certain frequencies where these crafts appear from.
Yeah.
They do monitor the radio spectrum. I don't know if they do it in Rendlesham Forest. I don't know that part. But
Yeah.
we do know militaries around the world, we do monitor this, you know, what we call the radio spectrum from space to Earth. They monitor that. We know they monitor it.
Yeah.
I don't know if they do it in Rendlesham Forest, but it's fascinating.
Yeah.
Still a little bit confused when he talked about the car, because I was like, I'm still struggling to figure out how a car got down there.
Yeah, it was, because everywhere's got a barrier.
Yeah.
And even if it was to go right the way round, there would be one point where I think you could. The path goes so narrow, you could not get a car there.
And the light to hit the Healing Tree.
That would have to be a very powerful light. See, I'm not calling the person, I'm just thinking the amount they must use to get to that tree must be phenomenal.
Yeah, phenomenal. And he was saying, like, he could see it was moving
Yeah.
in like a searchy way,
Yeah.
but he wasn't what I call very, coming forward about it. Like I had to I've kept on going,
Yeah.
but I will be honest, when I started, because I know people hate it, because the way he said to me, and I've been down that track, and I know you're going to get to a certain point where that car can go,
Yeah.
and I'm like, well, it could be a car. And when I started questioning him, like, was it a car? Was it this? I kind of got this temporarily shut down.
Okay.
So I'm like, okay, right, we will go from a different angle.
Yeah.
But people, that one in itself, when he's told me about it, that to this day has confused me because I'm trying to work out how you'd get a car down there, even a military car down there. I mean, you can move the barriers, but there's a certain point where you can't go any further.
No, you can't.
So
Unless they went where the I call it the arch. It's where they have the height thing.
yeah,
So it's going down that way. Maybe that way. You certainly can't get into the trees that way, but you can maybe slight. I don't even think that even veers off slightly near it. I think it just and then turns and goes back the other way.
yeah. The more things that my brain's going, more questions needs to be answered. But we do know for a fact that we have Reiki practitioners go to the healing tree or do remote healing, and we have witchcraft that goes on in that forest because I've forgotten her name. She was on Monday, and she said they went to this building. They saw candles. Now we do know witchcraft happens in that forest.
Yeah.
Things so unless you go out and actually, approach these groups and say, what have you seen in the forest?
Yeah.
You're not going to know.
No.
And I don't know any person who has any connection to the witchcraft that goes on into that forest. But you hear...
Shall we put a feeler out? If anybody who's watching this goes down there, is a witch connected to the high witch. I don't know what you call them. I'm going off.
I don't know either.
Witch. I'm going off the witch's film right now, the High Witch. Whoever goes down there, please reach out to me or Miles because we would love to know. We would love to know.
Because I do sit there and think if you've got witches and you've got witchcraft and you've got Reiki practitioners going down there, they must see things in the forest.
Well.
And I know Alex has said there's groups down there. I can't remember what group he said it was, but I was like, have you ever tried to reach out to them and say what have you experienced in the forest? Because I think the more information you get from people who go into the forest doing, witchcraft or Reiki or different things, the more information you get, the more you can kind of figure out what's going on, what's been reported. And then you can document it. You can then put on a map and go, this is what we got from people coming forward. I mean, when I did my map, I did struggle because I did get a lot of people going, we know what happened in the forest. And I'm not talking about what happened in the forest. I'm talking about what people's seen in the forest. And people go, I've done that. And I'm like, fine, you've done it. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is I want a map of people who have seen things in the forest. So anybody can kind of look at it and go, here, and this.
And even add to it, which would be absolutely fantastic.
Yeah. People kind of do use it because it took a while for people to kind of use it, but I have had quite a lot of email requests and I give them, editing rights so they can go and edit the map. And we are actually seeing more sightings now, but interestingly enough, I'll have to show it to you, the updated version, where the little clusters in the forest of reports, and it's like little clusters here, little clusters there.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's very intriguing, because it's like, well, how does we go to that cluster?
Yeah.
There's activity there compared to this cluster over here.
Yeah.
It's very, really interesting. I mean, we know the guy who we spoke to who lives in the house literally in the forest.
Yeah.
His friend actually put his friend's encounter on my map.
Oh, wow, okay.
On a pinpoint. So that is actually on my map, and I haven't got round to, don't ask me why, I haven't got round to upload it, the new version. It's sat on my PC, I just haven't got round to upload it.
Yeah. Can I ask you a question, Miles?
Yep.
Have you got ducks?
Ducks, yes.
Yes, that's what we can hear.
I'll close my door. So they're very loud today.
Oh, is either your chair making a noise if you move, or you got ducks?
No, I've got ducks. I've got ducks and an owl.
Oh, is that your picture of the owl?
Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
Nice, I know. I don't know if people have experienced this. I have tried to get a flipping trail camera down in that forest for quite a while.
Yeah.
And I've made no progress.
Yeah.
I know. I wouldn't be surprised if people literally just stick on the tree and leave it there. Because you just get stuck by admin people, and it's just like, I need to know.
I'm debating, would they take it down if you put it in a quieter part of the forest where it's not visible to eyes, and then go back to it like a couple of days later or something? I don't know.
Yeah. I haven't risked that part yet, but it wouldn't be surprised if people do it.
Because you do see them about in there.
You do.
And I know you have to ask, because I know there's rules, but when you've asked as many times as you have, and they don't acknowledge you.
No, I just get an email, we'll get back to you as soon as possible. You're on our email list. I get stonewalled.
Yeah. It's like the ducks laughing at you, Miles.
It's funny in the sense that, like, come on, it's just a simple thing. I'm not asking for like a filming permit. I'm just asking for a permit to put a camera down in a location where it is, well, out of reach, or was out of reach, but that they don't get back to you as quick. It'd be different if you went for a filming permit, because then obviously I think you have to pay them some amount of money for a filming permit.
Okay. I didn't even know that was a thing.
Yeah, I won't say my TV. I won't all set. When Thingy does his thingy, I was like, didn't say at the time, but I'm like, you might need to get a filming permit from the Forest of England.
Really?
They can be quite, strict.
Wow. Why would they be so strict over someone filming?
Well, you turned up with like multiple cameras.
Oh.
Yeah. Because I think he was hinting he was going to do it. He didn't say he's going to do it, but I was like, if you're going to do what I think you're hinting, you might need to get a permit, because if you start rocking up with multiple cameras, the Forest of England might go, you haven't got a permit.
Interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I've got cameras, things over my cameras, you need Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
And nothing's stopping you going into the forest and literally putting cameras in the sky, into the trees, and don't damage the forest, please don't.
Yeah.
But the cameras that I've got need Wi-Fi to store. I think I have got Starlink, but to heck it all down to those, those locations and
Yeah.
back, it's just too much. I mean, I was quite surprised that the Forest England didn't cut down the healing tree. Because they felled half the section,
Yeah.
and I was expecting why I was, but I was like, they'd probably cut down the healing tree, no, in the Forest England.
To be honest, I don't think they will, because normally, if something happens in the forest or there's a certain place that everybody goes to, it's a draw. It brings in money for the car park. It brings in money for the forestry, in permits if people don't pay for parking. And I think every forest needs a draw.
Yeah.
So I don't think, I'd be very surprised if they did, because then thinking they got the replica. But I think most people go for the healing tree. It
Yeah.
is a natural stop, and they must be aware of that.
Oh, they must be aware.
Yeah, because the amount of traffic, foot traffic that goes that way.
Yeah.
I don't think they would, to be honest. Like I say, everything's got to have a pull, and I think that is it.
Yeah. But also, you do have people who do go, who UFO researchers who don't go to the statue and go to where it landed, but that's a whole different thing, because it's that section when you start talking about where it landed, I've got so confused. People tell me different things, and I just end up being, I have no idea.
Yeah.
I'm so confused, beyond be confused, where it actually landed, because people tell you different things, and I'm like, I have no idea what. You confused me. But with the healing tree, we didn't really have activity. We had the pigs, which moved.
Yeah, that was interesting. When you were doing your Reiki, touching that healing tree, and the pigs just stopped. That duck's making me laugh. And then all of a sudden, they just went mad like something was chasing them. That was quite interesting.
That was.
Yeah.
Were we recording that?
I do not know, to be really honest with you. Well,
I
don't
can't
know.
remember.
It's not funny, Duck. I don't know. I think we were more like taking pictures, and we just didn't think to record. I'm sure we weren't recording.
No.
But it was just we all just stopped, and it's like, what the hell's going wrong with pigs?
Yeah, we're going on with pigs. That's not a normal thing.
No.
But then my hands vibrating, because I think I went to you. My hands are vibrating. And you touched them, and I think you went, yeah, they are vibrating, or something like that. And then, as we were walking back from Healing Tree, me and you saw that figure thing we saw.
Yes.
Yes. That was, I don't know what that was.
See, the thing with when you go in a little group or big group, when people see things, just say, "Oh, did you say that?" and let the other person explain what they've seen, because so many people can be led sometimes. With, "Oh, it was this, it was that. Did you see this?" I think it's because that's what we did, wasn't it? You said what you was like, yeah, that's exactly. Because you don't leave people to thinking something it's not.
We were just walking down a track, and I just saw it, and I was like, "Did anyone else do that?"
Yeah.
That was impressive. I mean, what was impressive is the fact that wasn't it Simon? I think I think it was near the healing tree, and wasn't it Simon or someone was near where the pigs were?
Yeah.
And he said, I think you and someone said that the pigs weren't they running away from the forest or going in?
It was. They all just froze. They all just stopped, like they're looking back, like the predator was. They were aware something was there, and all of a sudden they bolted.
Wow.
I'm not a piggy expert, but I'm sure that's not natural.
No.
I'm sure it's
No.
not.
But that's interesting because obviously animals are quite, they're more sensitive to
Yeah. Oh yeah,
people. So if they feel something and they react to it,
yeah,
then it's like, okay, there's something here.
yeah.
We may not see it, we could probably feel it, but
Yeah. Oh, they were definitely aware of something.
yeah, I think, wasn't it when I was going on the tree?
Yes. Yeah. That was very strange.
I think when I
It
went
was
on the tree,
awful, and it's like everything just went still. Like the energies have shifted.
was that when I was going on the tree?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Everything. It's like everything just fell silent. Which the forest can be silent. Don't get me wrong, but there's a difference. They're silent, but then there's like everything's just if someone's closed their sound door. You see what I mean? It's just
yeah,
it's very rare that you hear birds in the forest. Sometimes you do. Sometimes you think it's only birds. You know, you think there's so many trees, there'd be birds, but you don't
yeah.
necessarily see them. Yeah, it just completely went silent. We're watching the pigs react to I don't know what. Hmm.
Because then that's when I saw, the way I could describe it, I saw a orange craft thing when
Yeah.
I was turning on my Reiki. So that's what I saw. But then when I then put my hand on the tree, the pigs then like went ballistic.
Yeah.
And I was like, I might take one off the tree then.
Trouble is when you're watching the pigs and they react how they reacted, and we're all looking that way. It's like one, what are they saying? Two, do we need to run?
Do we need to move?
With like the shark, the wood roast, is it?
The woodway.
Wood. I'm thinking of roast dinners. Wood row. Um, it what? And then obviously portals in and out of that forest for things that you pick up on your camera to go in and out of.
Yeah.
You run. What do you do?
Yeah. But when I was doing my Reiki on the tree, what were the pigs doing? Because I wasn't focused on what the pigs were doing.
I wasn't until they started acting weird. They just, when you had your hands on them, obviously, because you're doing that, give you a moment, like you turn around, just look elsewhere if you see what I mean. And they
Yeah.
were just all stopped and just looking, like behind us, so to speak. And they just stood there the whole time. Which was bizarre, because it wasn't like a flash in the pan. We were standing there for a little bit, and all of a sudden they just turned to bolt. And if you remember, one of them hit something metal and it really did bang.
Yeah.
And it's like, what are they looking at? What should we do?
Yeah, that was bizarre.
Yeah,
I mean, I
yeah.
don't think,
I'm not a runner, but for those pigs to act like that, and you physically can't see nothing with your eyes, something was there which they found upsetting.
yeah, very much so.
Yeah,
And after I did my after I did my session on the tree,
yeah,
and I actually thought my phone was vibrating. Like, okay, someone's phoning me. And then I was like, my hands are vibrating. And then I think I asked you to touch my hand.
yeah.
I think you said my hands were vibrating. And then we were going back to the car park, and then we then saw this figure.
Yeah. I
And
think you picked up on something through that connection of the soil and the trees to whatever they were seeing, which we couldn't. It was some sort of big energy because of the way your hands were vibrating.
yeah, That was insane.
And obviously then it's picked up the energies around where we were so we could see whatever we saw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, what would be interesting is to go back to the healing tree
Yeah.
and see, if I do my Reiki session again,
Yeah.
would it happen, or would, would the forest, shift what it did when
Yeah,
I did
it's
it the first time?
see
Because
that's because I've said that I wanna change it into more investigate. We've done the walking.
yeah,
Now I want to investigate areas. That can be on our bucket list.
yeah,
And
but
I
also,
think that'll be a good one.
those locations where because I do suspect like where the UFO statue is, that area, it just feels like not. To me, it feels really quiet and peaceful. But
Mm,
to me, it just you've been there so many times,
yeah,
you don't get any activity in that location, or you do, it's just out of the blue.
yeah,
I think where me and Simon, as you got the trail which takes you to the healing tree,
yeah.
and isn't another trail that takes you left, which goes further up towards the campsite.
Yeah, that's where that barrier side limits type thing is,
Yeah,
yeah.
height restriction is.
Yeah.
What would be interesting on our next walk is to go there
Yeah.
and cross the barrier and then do something there, because
Well, that sounds weird, cross the barrier.
cross the barrier, because I we spend so we haven't, but when we've done our walks, we always we go to the locations, but
Yeah.
it'd be interesting to cross the barrier and see what occurs on that section of the forest.
We don't do that section, and I want to go somewhere different because for some reason, and I'm not bothered, but we've walked it 15 years now. I want to go different directions. I want to do investigation, like you said. Let's go across the barrier. Let's investigate there.
Yeah, because I don't think people have done investigations, to my knowledge, across the barrier.
That sounds so mysterious.
You go across the barrier.
Yeah,
But
no, I think we shall. That'll be good. Yeah,
that would be good, because then we might go and cross that section of the woods, because that section of the woods is quite ancient. It looks like it hasn't been disturbed.
my favourite part of the wood. Yeah,
Yeah, that you probably find actually this side there's more activity going on here compared to that side of the forest.
see, that's why I like our little group as well. Anyone's more than welcome to turn up, but I don't want to keep hearing the same old stories. It's like Groundhog Day. I go down there to see what we're going to pick up for that day. I don't mind talking about the past, don't get me wrong. That's the high point of Rendlesham for us, that's what people think of. But when you go down there and you're hearing it every single time, or when there's a group, everyone, you're hearing about people's experiences that you've heard every single time. I want to move on. I want to pick up what we're picking up today, if you see what I mean.
Yeah,
I'm more for the now.
yeah,
And because we're boots on the ground, we call ourselves boots on the ground because that's what we are. We're the ones that go out. We're the ones that do the research. You're the one that does the research down there. You tell us, Simon hears things. It's an informational pool. And it's just nice because we just decide where we're going. It's just...
yeah. I mean, if it's all right, I can't speak today. If it's all right with you and Simon, go to where the barrier is and actually, focus that side of the forest.
Yeah. Yeah, I like to say, yeah, it'd be good to go somewhere different.
Yeah, I mean,
I
I went.
going back, but I want somewhere different.
Yeah, I went down there when Simon and I did the night walk when it's too daylight, and I hadn't been down for years. I went, my God, this forest, this side where we were, because we went past the barrier.
Yeah.
My God, this side of the forest has not been touched. It was just literally to me, like I walked into it and went, this is like a very ancient vibe.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah.
And I was like, I haven't been down this path before.
Mm.
And it was quite, I I got a little bit of a buzz. I'm like, do you know what? It was so nice if we did some sort of investigation on that side
Yeah.
of the area, away from the UFO statue,
Yeah.
and do something there. Because where the healing tree is and where I always call it where the statue section is known for, you know, where people go and do UFO stuff.
Yeah.
And actually the other side past the barrier felt really kind of, you know, like almost like a not new territory, but like an unseen part of the forest which people don't go.
Yeah. I'm up for that because I'm so much more paranormal than I am UFO. Don't get me wrong, I ain't got a problem with it, but I live paranormal. So going more to the ancient side, seeing if we can obviously pick up nature's bounty, shall we say, of the. I keep saying wood roast. What is it?
Woodwose.
Wood roast. I'm taking the time to get that word, wood roast. Hopefully we'll see more deer as well. Hopefully we'll pick up something so strange because, like you say, it's uncharted territory.
Yeah, like you say, that side of the forest to me is new because it was like this is untouched. Like in the way I could describe it, going to a location where it's like I haven't heard anything down here.
Yeah,
Simon's like, yeah, we're gonna go past because I know he wants to go past the barrier and
yeah,
in deeper inwards because you know that section where we were walking to, when you get past the barrier, you're going deep into the forest.
yeah, yeah,
And that's always fascinating because like you always hear stories when people go deeper into the forest, they get, you know, people go deep into the forest and they pick up things, they see things more. And I'm like, will that be interesting when we do our walk in not walk, but when we go into the forest in September,
yeah,
to go deeper into the forest, go, you know, when we go past the barrier and go into that section of the forest because that section of the forest, if you keep walking it, you're just going further and further into the forest, and
yeah,
you know, set up things there, and you pick up things. I'm not
yeah,
saying pick up things, but we might be surprised we go there, and all of a sudden we have things going off, or shadows,
yeah.
different things going on. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, I think that's a plan. Definitely a plan. Don't
yeah,
forget your food up, Jen.
yeah. That was amazing, you know, the night walk.
Yeah,
Uh, I just kind of feel like the area where the UFO statue is in that section of the forest, you know, it's almost that section of the forest just became a tourist attraction
yeah,
overnight.
yeah. I think it's overdone now.
Yeah, it's overkill.
Um, yeah, and the trouble is, you need boots on the ground. When I listen to people's ideas of Rendlesham, I like to know they've been to Rendlesham. I don't understand how they can have an opinion if they've not walked there.
Yeah, I mean, you hear loads of people talk about Rendlesham and then you find out they haven't been to the forest. I'm like, well,
That baffles me. Yeah,
if you go to the forest and you experience something in the forest, because I say if those people go to the forest and they experience something in the forest, they're going to know what people are talking about when they see things in the forest.
exactly.
Because, you know, like I feel bad when I was on luckily, most of the people who were on it last night, Monday, have, apart from one person, who have been to the forest and has had some experiences.
Yeah.
Obviously, these other people, they went to the last night walk, not last year night walk they went to,
Yeah.
and they've had experiences, so you can kind of have a conversation knowing full well that they've been to the forest and they understand what the forest is like, because you have people who on shows who talk about what happened in the forest. They always talk about the past. They always talk about the UFO.
Yeah.
All the time, and it's very hard to get to look at. It's very hard to find a video where they're talking about cryptids, they're talking about this, they're talking about that. It's very hard.
Yeah.
These people who talk about the past, I'm like, have you been to the forest? Have you witnessed anything going on in the forest? Because we witness quite a lot of things in the forest.
Sure.
And Dex, your brother's witnessed so much in the forest that I think Simon said it would basically be a lot of chapters in the book.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, like when the UFO thing blew up,
Yeah.
it was more focused on where the UFO area is, the statue area. It was more focused on that area. And I kind of feel like we push the boat and go more further, deeper in, away from the UFO side, because the UFO part is just literally a tourist attraction.
Yeah.
And deeper into the forest and actually, parts where people don't really know those tracks, those trails.
Yeah.
And actually, do investigating on that side. Because I do think on October we're going to be mostly stuck in the UFO side where the statue is.
Yeah. Which will be fun, because I like to obviously
it's fun
to hear other people's opinions and input. But yeah, when we do ours, we'll head somewhere different.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I want to say thank you very much.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Always a pleasure to talk. And I'm sure you'll be back in a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, everybody. Bye.
Bye.